All right, let's keep it going. We're not going to make another pick until pick 29. We still got our players on our short list. The Giants take Jeremy Calhoun, who was not on our list, which is fine. The Steelers took Jonathan Hunter, also not on our list. Texans, Donnell Johnson, not on our list. This is great news for us right now. Dolphins, there goes Kamani Brown. There's a chance that could be an amazing pick for them and that we took the wrong safety. The Bucks at 15, Gerard Sharpton, who was not on our list. Washington took Sherman. He was on our list. Ravens, Fells, a wide receiver. Cam Schumer, left tackle off the board. 19, there goes the center, Kevin Groves. Hardwick, that left tackle, is still there. And there he goes. Right as I was about to say, I'll maybe trade up if he doesn't go here. He goes. That could be a great pick for the Cowboys. Victor Hayward, the tight end, is off the board. Again, I cannot justify trading up to take a tight end when we already have two good ones. Can't do it. I know Hayward could be awesome. Again, it's just the way the draft works, man. You can't get everybody that's great. I agree Hayward would have been great, but we did take, and there goes the Lamb, we did take a tight end last year who is good. Broncos at 24 take Lang, which is good. There is one more tight end. It's Meadows. The Rams take Daniel Meadows. So we're not getting either of those tight ends, which again is fine. The Chiefs at 26. Copper, who is not on the list. We're guaranteed to have one of three players that we still had on our list available with this next pick. The Jags take quarterback C.J. Dobson. And the Packers take Julius Craig. Three players, including Weber, are there. However, Weber's a little bit more concerning given he's 23. And obviously our first linebacker did not have an amazing dev pattern. We need to take a look at the next crop of talent. We've already looked at all of the second and thirds. We now need to look at the third to fourths. We start off with linebacker Khalil Dockett, just to make sure that none of these guys were the absolute must selects. You know, Dockett's bench was a little bit low, but his mobility is great. You know, he's pure coverage. Pure coverage, very similar to Weber. He'd be a pure coverage option if we were to go for Khalil Dockett. So let's go ahead. Rounds 3 to 4, we did not have a single quarterback. Running back wasn't there. What about wide receivers? Round 3 to 4. We knew it was a very bad wideout draft. Yeah, there's nobody there. Tight end, nobody there. Left tackle again, Steven Allen. We took him off our list. Apparently everybody else did too, because he's still available. So left guard, round 3 to 4. Martin Haskins. Let's reassess what's up with Martin Haskins. 21 years old out of Stanford. Great combine. The only concern with Haskins is ranges. He could be pretty good. He could be pretty good. I like that. At center, nobody to worry about yet. And we're looking at only guys rounds 3 to 4. There is Fulcher. The right guard, Xavier Fulcher. And those ranges look great. He is 23. Strength is a slight concern. F and run block power does make up for it in other regards. We got to go ranges. He has some more question marks. He does have some more question marks than I'd prefer. Right tackle, nobody to worry about yet. Rounds 3 to 4, not there. Defensive tackle, nobody there. Manny Saucedo's still there, but we took him off the board. Khalil Dockett, we already looked at. Christopher Scott. I seem to remember really liking this guy as well. He is a little bit older at 23. Combine machine. Does have an F in power moves. He, again, would be a coverage option. Couldn't blitz. But he is a pure coverage option. You need a little bit in terms of the ranges to work out for him. We'll worry about Stork later on. We have Rob Washington. Rob Washington as a middle linebacker. Sort of. What's up, Scott? It's nice. He does look good. He does. Like I said, there still isn't that one guy where it's like, yep, he is without risk. Guarantee. Washington. I'm going to go with mid-combine. Because, yeah, it's not amazing. But he had the good letter grades. He did. There are a couple of things in regards to ranges. But he's an interesting one. Especially with that A awareness out of the gates. Rob Washington's an interesting one. On the right, again, we're looking at 3rd to 4th round because we already have guys like Weber on the list. Oh my God, the linebacker. Jesus Christ. All 4 of these guys are still on the board, too. So we have Marquise Gaddis. Marquise Gaddis. You know, has some questions, like the strength and mobility isn't absurd. Has great play recognition and pursuit. Can hit. The ranges are still a little bit concerning for Gaddis. He does look strong, though. But yeah, linebacker has a lot of depth. There is Nick Mixon. Nick Mixon. Speed and strength might leave a little bit to be desired. And again, he's pure coverage. There's the ranges as well. He's got some question marks, but obviously very promising. Frank Lovelock. All of these guys were on our list, too. It is a deep linebacker draft. Combine-wise, I'm fine with Lovelock. Skill-wise, again, it's just down to ranges for Lovelock. He's very solid. And then there's Andrew Pearson. All of these guys just right outside linebackers as well. Again, his grades look awesome. You know, high-end speed might be a little bit concerning, but his mobility is awesome. Same thing. Only concern with him is ranges, but man, there's some really good things to like. His pursuit. I mean, the tackling, his zone coverage. There are some damn good linebackers here on paper, but we did just get burned by taking a linebacker who looked equally as good and wasn't quite up to snuff for what we were hoping for. For corners, do we have anybody? One guy. That's Byers. That is Stephen Byers. 22 years old. Combine beast. The shuttle time's a little bit weak. As his speed in general is a little bit weak. His play recognition isn't great. The ranges. Again, there's yet to be that one guy. Shot the shit fires save matches. If only, right? Can you imagine? Be problematic when driving, though. What's going on? Safeties. Nobody to worry about yet. Nobody to worry about yet. Okay. So there still isn't that one guy where I'm like, yep, here's the dead set pick. But we can make this pick and it won't be overly expensive, and then we'll have another pick quickly in the 3rd round. I think, I mean, if we're talking about need, you know, do you look at need versus who you think best available is? There's a lot of linebackers and a lot of offensive linemen with one corner that is on our radar at this stage, and we do need a corner. So that is the one interesting aspect of this is there's a shitload of linebackers, and they all are best guess. in a lot of ways. They really are. But I mean, if we look so far, and again, we look at, I was hoping it would still show the drafted options. I mean, it's showing the absurd amount of trades. It's not going to show us the positions drafted so far. Okay. Just to double check, if we were to trade this away, could we pick up a different selection in the third? We could, and then also add a 6th and a 7th. Obviously, different second-round picks in the future. I mean, if we trade down here, we could get a 6th and a 7th. I'm a little bit worried about the allocation money, but at the same time, not really. It should be okay. We're going to make this pick. It's either going to be an offensive lineman or it's got to be a linebacker. The offensive lineman would be the center, Matthew Hall. And I got to be honest, I think it's him. I think it's him. There's so many other linebackers later on. 22 out of Texas A&M. Again, had great combine numbers for the most part. In terms of the grades, depending on where some of the ranges end up, I think we go for Matthew Hall. I'm going to do it. Hidden dev, baby. Let's go. Let's go. We needed that. We needed that. There is Matthew Hall. So, I mean, we'll definitely be looking at linebackers and at that one corner. 87 strength, 72 agility. Not bad, Matthew Hall. Very, very good. We'll have to mix and match the O-line around a little bit moving forward, but that's a great pick for us. That is a great pick for us. So, let's see what we got. Dak, what's going on? Patriots. Take Craig Killings. He wasn't on our board.
I'm just trying to walk through this.
The Falcons take John Alexander. He wasn't on our board. And the Bengals take Ed Weber. So the Bengals were the one to end up with Weber. Remember that if you want me to look at the end. Dak, thank you for the follow, by the way. So the Jets. First pick of the third round. Take Ben Dorsett. He wasn't on our list. The Chargers, Ricardo McKee. He wasn't on our list. And Jamie Fisher. He wasn't on our list. What year are we in? This is the year 2 draft. So because we have so many linebackers available, I'm going to go for the one guy that isn't a linebacker or an offensive lineman that's on our board because it is a position of need. And we are going to take the corner. We're going to go for Stephen Byers. Now's the time to take him, and then we'll just kind of see who's left out of all those fucking linebackers because it's all best guess anyway. Again, everyone has issues here and there. Someone like Washington looked decent, but again, had some listed problems. So we're going to take Stephen Byers. Let's fucking go! Oh my god, he's a freak, too. Just a freak of an athlete. 90 jumping at 5'11". Whew. Oh, you love to see it. You love to see it. Again, the only real negative for him is his play recognition that we know of. Other aspects could be decent. A press, A catching. This guy is going to be a pick machine with his athleticism. Let's go, baby. And of course, we got that other corner to superstar dev last season, the UDFA. Our secondary is looking great all of a sudden. Very happy about that. Our next pick isn't until 27 of this round, but man, again, there's a lot of linebackers on our list here. So let's see. We're going to see a lot of linebackers go in this round. There goes Manny Saucedo. Let's see who the Niners end up taking. Sharif Wilkins, fine by me. The less time we see linebackers going off the board, the more likely we are to get one later on. We did have Dockett on our board, so he's gone. The Colts take Dalton Winters. It's fine. We didn't have a single running back on our list. Dominique Hayden. Didn't have him on our list either. It's good. So far, so good. Vikings took Marquis Gaddis. The Giants at 11. Andrew Bodden, fine by me. Steelers took Mixon, which is also another linebacker that we had. He had a lot of questions about him, though. Texans take Christopher Scott. There he goes. We would have had to have traded up to get him. Scott's off the board. Again, we're not going to be able to get everybody, and we already have a lot of linebackers, so I'm willing to leave it up to chance. Dolphins at 14 take Nick Lindsay, who was not on our list. I still got 5 players left on my short list, so that's why I'm holding here. The Bucks, Aaron Gray, fine by me. Washington, Frank Lovelock, off the board. We're down to 4 players left. Ravens at 17. Take Haskins, 3 players left. Raiders at 18. Take Washington, 2 players left. Bears at 19. Watkins wasn't on my list. Cowboys. Take Pearson. He was the last one on my list that I was really interested in. But, again, we can't get everybody. Titans at 21. Bradley Vernon. So we still have Fulcher on our list, and there he goes. All right, so nobody left on our list will be available at pick 27, which is okay. So let's sim ahead to that pick and see who is available as we head into the day 3 selections. But like I said, we can't get everybody, and those linebackers honestly scared me off a little bit. They really did. We don't have to worry about Colvin right now. We're going to focus on day 3s. Again, you have one linebacker that looks amazing and then isn't, and then all of a sudden you get a ton of other linebackers who look amazing. All a crapshoot. So Cameron Walton, the high-end speed for him was a little bit concerning, but he is a monstrous power back with a break tackle. So he was an interesting one to try to build up potentially. Did we have any wideouts? And we're only looking at guys day 3 now. Any little hearts? No hearts. Okay, tight end. I doubt we had anybody here either. It was really just the tight ends at the top. Left tackle, nobody there. Again, Allen, we don't want to worry about. We double-checked, and his numbers are actually pretty bad. Right guard, we still have Matt Bolden. That was a name that I've seen a lot of people say, remember this guy. Matt Bolden. Now might be the time. Amazing combine. And honestly, the grades still look pretty good, too. It's just ranges for him. Matt Bolden might be the guy. He might be. There's a day 3 pick, especially right now. Nobody on our short list aside from him and Walton at running back. Nobody there. Right edge, day 3, nobody there. Defensive tackle, Daryl Hunt. We have Daryl Hunt. Is he the only one? No, Michael Lucas as well. Let's take a look at Daryl Hunt. What do we got for this guy? Downside, he's 23. But he was the one with the insane 45 reps on the bench press. That's why we looked at him. That's why we were looking at him. The 45 reps on the bench, which is outrageous. And then there was Michael Lucas, also at defensive tackle, also a little bit older, who as well was a really good option on the bench. So they are pretty similar in that regard. Right now I'm still leaning towards Bolden or Hunt. Linebackers. Again, day 3 talent still there. Raekwon Stork, which is an amazing name. 22 years old. Again, another pass coverage type option. has insane mobility. Insane. Very similar to the other options. And really, it's just the ranges. Like, he can't, the tackle, the hit power is not great. But he could end up being a really good coverage option. So, he's not bad for this stage of the draft. Middle linebacker. I know we had one there. Were there any others? Because there were a lot of linebackers. It's just the one, Ronald Burnett. Ronald Burnett. 21 years old. Pretty good combine. I mean, mobility might be a slight concern. Slight? Really good play recognition, tackling. There's a couple of the ranges that are a bit concerning, but honestly, Burnett looks pretty good still, especially for this stage of a draft. And then what about on the right? Did we have anybody left? At least not for draft projections. And then corners, we obviously got one, and I think he's the only one that we really had on our board at this stage. He was. And then safeties. Obviously, we took one earlier. It was good, but maybe not elite out of the gates. All right, cool. So we have our lists. Our next pick after this is we only have one pick in the 4th round. There's a good chance I'm going to trade up. We'll see. Day 3 can be weird. I think it's got to be Bolden, Hunt, or Burnett. And man, I know we've taken some offensive linemen, but there is just something about Matthew Bolden where I really, really like the look of this guy. And again, we needed the O-line help. I'm going for Matt Bolden. I'm going for him. Yes. What a draft this is. Oh, it feels so good to be back on Madden. So good. Because the draft is so rewarding. Let's fucking go, baby. Whew. 89 strength. Let's go. What was that, 5 hidden devs now? 6? Something like that, man. We've crushed it. We have crushed it. We have another pick coming up in a few moments at the start of round 4. Are you good, lucky, or is there a lot? I'm going to say good. I took an hour to look through the prospects. Like, I took my time. And again, that's the reward. It might not be the most exciting thing to watch, but holy shit, is it satisfying when you're right. Daniel Bacon's off the board. Fine by me. Sidney Stevens. Yes, keep taking wide receivers. They're all trash as far as our scouts knew. Patrick Allen. Don't got to worry about him. Birch. Don't got to worry about him. The Bengals. Swinton. Don't got to worry about him. The Jets. Stephen Allen finally off the board. That's a good pick for them to get him in the 4th round. Dylan Hall, which means we're going to have quite a few of our players to select from. Mark Toomer off the board. I think it's got to be the DT with 45 reps, man. I think it has to be. Like, there is a really good middle linebacker as well in Burnett. Again, Ronald Burnett looked decent. We did already take a linebacker in this draft. I mean, the fact that this guy's 21 years old, young player, time to develop. The combine, a little bit hit or miss, though. He did better on his pro day. Like, obviously, I love the play recognition, the tackling ability. But, man, 45 reps on the bench as a DT at 6'4", 338 pounds. He is 23 years old, which is a downside. But if Daryl Hunt has an ability with that strength, he is going to be a monster for opposition O-lines to try and contain. It should go sooner. I think they were both day 3 projections, weren't they? Yeah, they're both day 3 projections. Because DT is a need, I don't think he'll have above normal depth, but he is worth the risk. We're going to go for Daryl Hunt. Come on, Daryl. Yeah. Had 99 strength. Dude, I don't even care if he's normal depth. I told you there was a good chance he would be. 99 strength. It's still worth seeing what this guy can be. Whew. 99 strength for Daryl Hunt. Let's go. Chappers, thank you very much for the follow, by the way. Whew. Daryl Hunt could be interesting. He could be. That man's going to cause havoc for opposition offensive lines. I'm very happy with that. Now, this is the longest break in between picks for us. And we're probably going to let it be. Although I should see what it would cost to trade up right now with Nollins. Seth, what's going on? Because if we can land that linebacker too, I'd be happy with it. I just have to see what the cost is to move up. It might still be too much. We shall see. Oof, third round pick next year. I'm not trading up. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. We're not giving up a third round pick. There's a chance Burnett could be amazing. That's not happening. So we're going to sim, and we're going to see if we get lucky with any of our 4 players that were on our board available at the beginning of the 5th round. Will we get lucky? If any of these 4 players are still on the board, we're going to be feeling pretty damn good.
I'm just trying
Will we get lucky here?
Grass.
Shout out to Dream for the follow as well. So we had the running back, Walton. On the board, Cameron Walton. That's 1. We had the other defensive tackle in Lucas, who was off the board. We're fine with that. The left outside linebacker, Stork, off the board. But what about the middle linebacker, Burnett? Off the board. All right. So we'll take the running back with this pick. Burnett did not fall to us. But we will go with the one running back who looked decent to us. And that will be Cameron Walton out of Florida State. I'm not saying I'm the greatest Madden franchise player alive, but I'm not saying it either, okay? I'm not saying I'm the best, but I'm close at the very least. Let's fucking go, man. Whew. The big old power back, Cameron Walton. And I agree, his mobility is a little bit better. Palios, they should. Look at that, man. A break tackle, A carrying. He is a bowling ball. No doubt. This guy is a bowling ball of a player. And honestly, the speed and acceleration aren't bad. He is going to run through people. Let's fucking go. God, this draft has been insane. Now, we don't have another pick until the 6th round, which is probably the way it's staying. Yes. Let's see if we have anybody else on our list. There's Edward Colvin, a quarterback. There is also Riley Young. I can't imagine I'm going to trade up for anybody. I mean, there's a couple of different ways I can think to pronounce that. Thank you for the follow. Is what I'll settle with. I can't believe that power back. Don, this is going to start being uploaded to the YouTube side of things from the very beginning on my second channel. Again, TWOGIE. If you do !YouTube, if you're not already subscribed, there will be a link there. This is going to be uploaded on my second channel starting technically today. Episode 1 will go out. So if you wanted to check in from the beginning, which again, you didn't miss very much. You didn't miss very much. You missed a draft. It'll take a little bit for that first draft episode to get there. But, all right, let's see if there's a fullback. It's Larry McCants. Do we have anybody else on our board? I wish I could just sort this by favorited players, but I cannot. Even if we miss on the 6 and 7. Dude, if we get one more hidden dev player, I mean, this is one of the best drafts I've ever had. Ever. It might already be. Scroll down on the regions one? Really? Well, I mean, I can sort by the regions one, but I can't. Can I sort by favorite? Oh, shit. Look at that. I learned something. Fadal, thank you very much. There's no, like, little arrow to indicate that you can do that. I mean, it makes sense that it's there. Maybe I did know it was there, but forgot that it was there? I don't know. But thank you for that. I appreciate it. God damn. Well, and we have 5 players left. That's all we got is these 5. I've been waiting all draft for you to notice. Well, I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. So obviously, we have a couple of 6, a couple of 7s. We're not going to be making all of these. The question is, I mean, they're all projected UDFAs. And there's still a lot of guys who are projected to be drafted, including that Trevor Patton guy. I would say at least with this next pick, we're good enough to sim. And then maybe we trade up. We should be good enough to sim here. I mean, unless the AI are just, you know, destroying us in terms of like, oh yeah, they also had their scouts on point. All right, let's see. Whoops. Let's see. I can't wait to see this team in action. We're still going to be bad next season, but man, there's hope. There's optimism. So let's see. What do we have? That Trevor Patton guy is still there. All right, we lost one of the quarterbacks. Colvin went off the board. Everybody else is still there. Right. And honestly, we have enough picks in this draft, we might potentially be able to get all of these guys. So there's Riley Young, who would be a depth option. He'd be our 3rd string quarterback. He was just a pretty well-rounded QB. But again, had like good throw on the run, good throw under pressure. There's the fullback, Larry McCants, who's 24. Thomas Snow, another offensive lineman who had a pretty damn good combine. And then there's the punter, Will Chapman. Specta, so far, so good. Again, when's our next pick after this? We got 3 picks this round. A lot of these guys are interesting, if we're being honest. There is something about Larry McCants. Drafted the quarterback. Did I? Did I accidentally sim that last pick? I don't know if that happened. Maybe it did. Who knows? Find any generational punter, kicker, fullbacks yet? Not yet, but there is this fullback that's on this list right now that I do think could be that elite level fullback. I'm taking Larry McCants. I gotta know. I gotta know because of the grades. Then again, he's 24. He won't be generational at 24. Let's go for Riley Young. Let's get a new 3rd string QB in there. I want to know. How good is Riley Young? Normal dev. That's okay. 88 throw power, 88 acceleration. That's fine. Again, we're so far deep in this draft that we can take whoever the hell at this point and be perfectly fine. And then once we're out of favorites, I mean, if someone's still on the board from like the 1st round, then sure. Like if that wideout's still here, Jesus Christ, he is. You notice how it's all wide receivers though that have slipped this far? I know that guy's not good. I'm not doing it. All these guys are still here. We're gonna go for Thomas Snow to get another. Let's go for Larry. Fuck it. People want to see Larry. Let's go for Larry. Larry, how good are you? The 24-year-old fullback, normal dev. That's all right. Welcome in, Larry. So, I don't think I accidentally simmed the pick, though. I'm pretty sure I just hit sim the next pick, but hey, who knows? All right. Oh, we might end up with 2 quarterbacks then if I actually did screw that up. I mean, it is late, so I wouldn't put it past me. Let's see. Thomas Snow is next. Go for another offensive lineman. Normal dev. That's okay. He's depth. He's depth. So we'll see if that punter is still available. And then honestly, Maybe we will take that freaking wide receiver in the 7th round. We'll just take a couple of wide receivers in the 7th instead of trading down from the 7th, because who the hell cares at that point? It's 7th rounders. So is that punter still available? Or are we going to get basically everybody? Yeah, Will Chapman's still there. Eastern Carolina punter. We will take Will Chapman. Normal dev. Interesting. I think, have I made too many draft picks by this game's logic? What the hell just happened? There's obviously no way the clock expired, because it says I ended up with Chapman, so I think we're okay. That was really weird. It said my time expired, but it didn't, because I don't have the timer running. That was really weird. I might have made too many draft picks. Maybe I've broken the game again. Let's take this Trevor Patton guy. Why not? First, 2nd round projection. He's fallen all the way down to the 7th round. Now's the time to risk it for him. Yeah, normal dev. No surprise. No surprise. That guy will go straight to the practice squad. Probably thought the AI picked the punter for you. Probably. And that is it. Yeah, it's no surprise that Patton fell that far. It was either just risk it for him or trade the pick. That was an absolutely insane draft. One of our best to date in any Madden. That was dynamite right there. That was crazy. Let's get a look again at the recap. Again, 10th overall. We get 74 overall, Bryson Cook. It's a little bit lower than I would have thought, but hidden dev for him. Hidden dev for most. Round number 2. Williams, Ridley, Malone, and Hall. So again, Ridley and Malone had normal dev. All of these guys are close to usable. They're not insane in terms of starting OVR. Round 3, Byers is only a 68. Bolden, though, is a 73. That's pretty good. Round 4, 74 overall. Daryl Hunt with 99 strength. You love to see it. Round 5, 76 Cameron Walton. Let's go. And then round 6, Young, McCants, Thomas Snow. No super usable overalls. Chapman's a 69, though. I mean, that's an insane draft for us. That is an insane draft for us. And indeed, Walton was a great, great pick. So at the top of the draft, Derek Hickman was only a 73. There were so many players that we're looking at. I'm not going to double check yet, I would say, unless there's someone people really want to see as to whether or not they were hidden dev. But Offord ended up being pretty good. Eric Rainey, 78 overall. Hidden dev. That doesn't surprise me. But again, you can have a high overall, you can have a hidden dev, but if your attributes suck, is it even worth it? Like, will he actually be that good? You know? Will he actually be that good? 70. Ooh, maybe we screwed up, though. Calvin Flynn was a 78 compared to a 74 for Cook. Maybe we screwed up not taking Calvin Flynn instead of the offensive lineman. Maybe we did. Maybe we did. Whew. Again, there were so many interesting players in this draft. I could sit here and double check whether or not they had a good dev pattern all day long. Even Hugh Richard did as well. But again, we were never going to take him. So yeah, I think I want to focus more on the OVRs. Indeed, Gillis Lee was a 79. I mean, again, like I said, so many interesting players. I mean, even in this first round alone. I mean, David Ward was a 73. I mean, we were looking at so many players that could have been worth it. Damn. I mean, Hausler, Graham, like all of these guys were there. Second round. Tyler Knight, Joey Thomas. Williams, of course, we know ended up being a 74. Let's see who the highest rated of the round was. It was Donnell Johnson as a 76. Victor Hayward. I do want to take a look at that tight end. Yeah, no surprise, he was elite. But again, we went for need and still got a pretty damn good pick. I mean, again, on one hand, this draft looked like a minefield, and I do think it was. On the other, I mean, damn. it ended up being a pretty good draft by the end of it. Weber ends up being a 73. Hidden dev for Weber. Hidden dev for Edward Weber. But again, he is 23 and a 73, so he was what we wanted. Dobson was down at a 64. I mean, again, there were just so many friggin' players in this draft. Like, I'm sure technically we made some mistakes, but I'm still very, very happy with where we were. Third round, highest rated was a 75, Jamie Fisher. Martin Haskins was a 74. Yeah, the way we did this draft, just, I could look at every frickin' player. I wish it would tell you their frickin' dev pattern from here. Having to click on it sucks. How good's Pearson? There were good hidden dev linebackers to get. That was a thing. That was a thing. Son of a bitch. It turns out just the one that we happened to take ended up being kind of mid. Fuck. Like Washington was there in that round. Saucedo. Christopher Scott was on our board. He was hidden dev. I think we took the one linebacker that wasn't hidden dev. Fuck me. Fuck me. Oh, man. Of course, we ended up with Byers as a corner out of need. I look at Washington. Yeah. He was someone else that was on our short list. Hidden dev. We took one bad linebacker and all the other ones were fucking amazing. Go figure. Go figure. Round number 4. Hunt was tied with the highest rated of that particular round. Coco, I always enjoy Madden, man. Like, I can look at it from the perspective of like, all right, again, the game's not what it probably should be, but at the same time, it's still fun. It was the lowest of that round, 63. Oh, that Allen guy. Whew. Ronald Burnett. Normal dev for him. So, again, hit or miss with the linebackers. Round number 5. Michael Lucas was also very, very good, but of course, so was Cameron Walton. So, yeah, like I said, they need to add the view. I honestly wish I was I had the same partnership for Madden like I did with the NHL. Because again, there's no excuse to not have something where you see all that empty space between archetype and cap room. Show me their dev pattern right there. Why do I have to click? Show me their dev pattern just like you would on the other screen. And that way we don't have to be like, okay, I want to check these 17,000 people I consider drafting. You know? Round 6, the highest were 70s. And then round 7, there was a 72 wideout in Dupree. A lot of wideouts went in the 7th round because people had the same strategy we did of just, best guess. So yeah, highest rated was the corner, Jamie Gillisley. He had a couple of 78s. Again, we didn't have the chance at Rainey. Actually, we did. We just didn't take him. We traded down instead. And then, yeah, we didn't take Flynn. We took the O-liner instead. And maybe that was a mistake. But we did get some good D-line help in this draft. So, I'm happy. Rainey was hidden dev. Yeah, I mean, you can look at this and you go back through that draft and hear me talking like, okay, that guy was on our list. Like, that's most of these players. Coco, not going to move any teams for this franchise, but we always do a second franchise afterwards, and for that one, we will mess around with relocation. So, again, we still have a trade offer for Trey McBride that we don't need to do. But, yeah, that is it. We are ready, almost, for Season 3. Obviously, I'm going to have to go through, get the teams set up, see what we can do, see who's out there. We're showing up as an 83 overall right now, which is awesome. Just to take a look, even before we go through free agency to fill out the team and look for UDFAs. Again, it's Murray, Slater. We took Riley Young. He probably won't stick around, but Kurt Slater's still our guy. As far as I know, yeah, still normal dev. He needs that breakout sooner rather than later, or he starts to get a little bit more concerning. So there's a lot of pressure on Slater. We'll be able to check, too, whether or not, Kyler Murray's contract is worth trading. I totally forgot we picked up Spears. So honestly, Kareem Hunt will probably be like my third choice running back because it's going to be Walton, Spears, and Hunt in that order. Or we could even look at flipping Spears because there's no doubt Cameron Walton's our guy. You draft a bowling ball like this guy, he's our guy. No doubt about it. Like he has to be at this stage. So I'm very, very excited for Cameron Walton. Fullback wise, Drew Carr is still our guy. McCants will get cut. But we're looking good. The one thing we didn't really get was a good wide receiver, although Wes Dickinson is back because we practice squatted him. So we can try again to build him up, but Walton was hidden dev, yeah. Again, we got a lot of O-line help. Like we're looking good. And actually, yeah, I can already tell you the Kyler Murray is going to be our backup quarterback this year. And then 5 first-round picks in 2026. Our own San Francisco, Minnesota, Jacksonville, and Buffalo. We love building through the draft, baby. Oh, you wonder why I put limitations on myself with series.